Winter is upon us here in Michigan, and I am looking out my window at about 2 feet of snow. There is white everywhere I look, icicles hanging from the roof, but this time of year is also just the time for home and being inside and gathering together, making warm soups and drinking warm drinks, and we do enjoy this time of year. I will admit, in March, it gets old, but I've come to really embrace it in January and February. And today I thought I would give you a little tour of our dining room and kitchen space in the winter and share with you some things that I did this year to decorate for the winter season. So first off, I want to start in my dining room and kind of share a few new things with you guys. Now I want to take a brief moment to introduce to you guys today's video sponsor, Brooklinen. I have shared Brooklinen with my audience here before, and I am absolutely in love with their cozy washed linen sheets. I'm usually an all-white kind of girl, but I decided that for winter I'd like to switch it up, and I recently ordered this beautiful khaki chambray color for my bed. It's actually a limited edition color, so if you love this color as much as I do, you might want to go snatch it up while it's still available. High quality bed sheets are so expensive, and Brooklinen gives you the quality and comfort at an affordable price by cutting out the middleman, which I love. It was founded on the philosophy that people deserve simple, beautiful home essentials without the luxury markup. For the longest time, I used to buy cheap sheets for my bed, and they would only last about a year, and we would start to notice holes or they would get worn down, and I finally decided it was time to invest in some nice sheets. Did you know that you spend a third of your life in your sheets? It's pretty crazy. I think it's important to make sure they are comfortable and high quality. They have over 100,000 5-star reviews, which is so important to me. I love looking at reviews on a product, and to have over 100,000 5-star reviews is amazing. It's actually more than any other online bedding company. Now, Brooklinen has a lot of different products available on their site and many different types of bed sheets, but I love the linen hardcore sheet bundle. It's made of 100% linen. It's the lightest, most breathable fabric, and it has a unique moisture wicking property that make it even cooler than cotton. So if you're a hot body, these linen sheets are perfect for you. I personally love the fact that these linen sheets are perfectly imperfect and they have sort of a signature rumpled, washed look. It has an effortless elegance yet a casual style to it, which I think goes so well with the feel that I'm going for in my bedroom. We love these sheets so much. I can't imagine sleeping on anything else. And honestly, my Brooklinen sheets are the most comfortable sheets I've ever slept on. Right now, Brooklinen is having a President's Day sale, and all Brooklinen items are 15% off until February 23rd. So now is the time to give Brooklinen a try, or you can stock up on your favorites if you haven't already. Be sure you click on the link in the description below. I'll have all the information there for you so you can go check out the sale. I know you guys are gonna love these sheets as much as I do. And now I want to continue to share our cozy winter dining room with you. So I'm still using the green little console table that I purchased on Facebook Marketplace for $25. I painted it this beautiful grayish green color. I don't know if this is the piece of furniture that's going to stay here forever. This particular piece of furniture might constantly change in my home, but I'm liking it for now. And I kept the decor very simple, very neutral for winter time. Just chose some simple stoneware and wooden bowls to put there. And I kept my dining room shelves very clean, a lot of whites, not a lot of contrast. So I'm using a lot of my Faltzgraff collection on the shelves, with just little pops here and there of maybe some glassware and also bits of wood, like wood accents, like spoons and things like that, kitchen utensils that I've thrifted over the years. But this particular wall in my dining room is one of my favorite spaces to decorate. I truly enjoy playing with the shelves every season and kind of, decorating the little buffet table. And the mirror that's there, if you're new here, was actually a DIY project. It's an old window that we turned into a mirror, and I love the antique look of it. There's not a lot else in my dining room that has changed much. I love the table that we have that my husband built 2 years ago now. It is absolutely gorgeous. He used reclaimed beams from a local barn that was being burned down for the base of the table, and then we used reclaimed wood for the top of the table that we found on Facebook Marketplace, and it's just so weathered and beautiful. And I love it. I can't imagine ever replacing that table. The way that the entire space has come together with the wicker chairs on the end, I still absolutely love them. I love the different tones in the chairs, the warmth that they bring to the space. And I may have mentioned this during the Christmas season, but the bench is actually newer. It's an antique. I found it at a local antique shop. And the bottom of it was actually painted red. And I painted it like a creamy white color and antiqued it. So I love the way that bench is looking with the table and chairs. And really everything else is pretty similar in this space. We're still enjoying this rug. I shared it with you a while back and it's holding up really well. It doesn't shed a lot. It's a jute rug and it's very affordable for the size that it is. And it hides things really well, I will say. There are constant crumbs on it and food, and yet I don't feel like it, even though it's a lighter color, I don't feel like you can see those things easily. So I told you guys back in January that we purchased some plants, and so far they're all still alive, guys. We'll see how long that lasts, but I'm loving just the live plants throughout the house. They're bringing life to each space that we have, and I think they're beautiful here for the winter season. The board where we display our cutting boards is something that my husband built, and really that space has stayed the same. I still have my vintage shopping cart sort of parked below those boards, and just a few simple things hanging on the pegs there that add some texture, some contrast. A little garlic basket that my mom gave me. So I really love that little area. It's still a favorite of mine. I did end up moving the ladder that I had in the living room into the dining room for now, and I really like it there. I've been meaning to hang some tea towels on it or something like that. But overall, I love the way the dining room looks for the winter season. It feels cozy, and we've just been loving these flameless candles. They're just so much more safe with the little ones running around, especially Isaiah likes to grab and touch everything. I'll link them for you guys. As we move into the kitchen space, I did a few different things in this space that I really am liking for this winter season. So one of the things, of course, I already talked about bringing in fresh plants, and I love them in the kitchen space. I also went outside and grabbed some boxwood from my boxwood bush and clipped some and decided to hang it against our stone accent wall to dry. I just thought it would be a fresh pop of greenery. It reminds me of more of a winter green just because it stays green all year long, and so I hung it up next to my copper, and I love that little pop there in the back of the kitchen because usually in the basket above my refrigerator, I like to have some type of plant or flower. So until I can find some larger plants that I could maybe put up there, one of you commented and said that I should look for larger plants for my home. They were also small, and honestly guys, I have no great plant shops around me. The nearest one is an hour and a half away, and I just haven't had a chance to get there yet. Or about an hour away, I should say. So I'm just kind of choosing little plants that I find at like Walmart and Meijer, things like that that are more local to me. So not a huge selection. And I'm a little bit picky about the plants I want to bring into my home. I don't want them to look waxy or tropical or spiky. I really want to keep with that cottage feel. Anyways, so instead of putting faux flowers or something like that in the baskets, I just sort of layered them up on the top of the refrigerator. I love the way it looks. One thing that you may or may not have noticed, right next to my fridge is this painted, it's actually a spoon holder. Spoon holder? That doesn't sound correct. I should have looked it up first, but it was my grandfather's, and it was actually a very red in tone when my mom gave it to me. So I decided to paint it and paint my grandfather's initials, JW, onto the front and distress it and make it look older. I don't have any spoons that fit into it at the moment. I know it was meant more for like silver spoons, and unfortunately I don't have any of those, so I'll have to do some thrifting, but for now I just kind of put it there. To be honest, I feel like I'm still looking for the perfect piece of artwork or a vintage cutting board to put above my little peg rack in the kitchen. I've tried so many different pieces of artwork that I currently own, and nothing has hit the spot for me. For the longest time I had a basket hanging there, and because of the way you open the cupboard right there, you can't really have something hanging off the wall, so it would flop off all the time. So I'm still kind of on the hunt for something for that area right above the peg rack, something that isn't too busy, that doesn't compete with everything else going on around it. But so I play with that constantly. In this video, there's a board there that I hung. Briefly, I had art hanging there, but still, I'm just not sure. It's already changed again since this recording, so I'll figure it out eventually. But I'm just really enjoying the simplicity of our kitchen right now. A sweet follower, subscriber, whatever you want to call it, sent me some beautiful vintage copper, and she also sent a brass watering can that I have sitting next to the plant right next to our sink, and it's perfect. I love it. I use it to water my plants all the time, and it was just the sweetest gift. I'm not sure if I shared the vintage spoon rack from Hungary that my mom got me for Christmas. It's so beautiful in color. I hung it behind my stove for right now, and I just used command strips and stuck it right up against the tile, and I love the little pop of warmth that it adds. Really, there's not a whole else different in my kitchen, but I still enjoy sharing it with you guys. Even when I make little tweaks and little changes, I enjoy sharing it with you, and I hope it's a source of inspiration for you. I would encourage you guys, if you're struggling with winter decor, buy some plants. They have been so uplifting this time of year. And one thing that really keeps my spirits up is just to constantly be baking something or creating in the kitchen. It's such a creative outlet for me. I love baking breads and playing with my sourdough starter, constantly creating something yummy for the boys. Or even if you're trying to avoid sweets, this is a great time of year to experiment with recipes and to try new things. If winter time is a struggle for you, it really keeps my mind off of, the cold weather, and it keeps my heart in this place of serving my family and the warmth that a dirty kitchen brings to your home. When the kids walk in and say, "What are you cooking, Mom?" and there are chopped up ingredients everywhere and something simmering on the stove, it's a beautiful time of year for that. So I'd encourage you to have fun in your kitchen this year and to really play around with ingredients. If you have any questions about my dining room or my kitchen space, I would love for you to leave a comment below. I'll do my best to answer all of your questions, and I can't wait to do some plant shopping and maybe add to my collection. I will for sure take you guys along if I do so. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tour of my dining space and our galley style kitchen. Don't forget to check the description below so you can take advantage of the Brooklinen President's Day sale. Again, all items are 15% off through February 23rd. So this is the perfect time to try out Brooklinen or just stock up on your favorites. And if you're new here, I would love you to hit that subscribe button. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye-bye.